Hey everybody, it's Dr. Jo and Miss Remy in her pretty pink dress. And today we're going to show you some of my favorite shoulder pain stretches and exercises. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure and click on the subscribe button and make your subscription either public or let me know that you're a subscriber because I always try and respond to my subscribers. So the first stretch / exercise is going to be pendulums for shoulder pain. And these are one of my favorites. And when I had shoulder surgery, this really helped loosen everything up and made it feel a lot better. So with the shoulder pendulums, it's kind of like it sounds. You're making your arm like a pendulum, but you really want it to be as passive as it possibly can if you have a lot of shoulder pain. If you're not on any precautions or if you're not on post-op surgery where you have things that you're not allowed to do, you can actively move it a little bit, but I find that if you really just let your arm hang down and relax and move it with your body, that makes it feel a lot better because just the arm hanging down really opens up that joint and it makes it just feel so much better. So with this one, you're just going to make some circles. So you can see I'm probably activating it a little bit. It's really hard to make something completely passive when you're awake, but really using the body to make most of that movement. So you can do maybe like 10 one way and then reverse it and go back the other way just to get it nice and loosened up. You can also do a front to back motion where you're just kind of rocking your body and that shoulder is following along with it. And then you can even do like a side to side. So again, this is really nice. You don't necessarily have to do for reps. If you want to just do 30 seconds worth of each and build your time up to 1 minute, doing it a couple times a day, you can do that. That makes it feel really, really good. The next one would be table slides for your shoulder. I'm just going to demonstrate it on the chair so we don't actually have to go to a table or move anything differently. But you want a flat surface. You want it to be pretty smooth. If you need something like a towel to help it slide, you can. But most of the time you can just kind of move it very nicely on like a tabletop or again like a chair or something. But you know, if you have knee issues, you probably don't want to sit like this. But you can do a countertop too because then you can stand up and do it a little bit easier. When you put your arm out in front of you on the counter or the chair or the table, put your thumb in an upward position. This helps open up that shoulder joint. If you go this way, it'll put it in a little bit more of an impinged position and it might be more uncomfortable. So I like having people start off this way. And all you're going to do is you're using the support of whatever it's on and you're just sliding forward. So see, as I slide forward, it's stretching out that shoulder. So I'm getting that stretch, but I'm having something support it. So it's not that I'm actively doing it, I'm actively assisting doing it. And so just going as far as you comfortably can and coming back up. Again, you can just start off with 5 or 10. You can also go in different directions. So if you wanted to do like a scaption motion, which would be almost like that 45-degree angle, you can slide it this way. You could even turn completely to the side and do like an abduction motion, sliding it out. But just go till you feel some tension. Don't go till you feel pain. And if you want to hold it there, once you get that tension for 2 or 3 seconds, really just to get that stretch in there, you can. So you can kind of just continuously go back and forth, or you can hold a little bit and get a nice stretch in there. So again, maybe just starting off with 5 to 10 in each direction, doing that a couple times throughout the day. So next I'm going to sit in the chair and I'm going to do some resistive band work. So when you use resistive bands, start off with the lightest band, and it also depends on what brand it is of the color of resistance. So this one is just the next step up, but if you haven't used resistive bands before, I would start with the lightest one. So the next exercise is going to be an external rotation of the shoulders. So keep your elbows by your side. Put your thumbs up on top. You don't have to bring them up, but that's the position. You don't want to be this way. You want to be up this way. And try and keep your wrist locked out in a neutral position. Sometimes when people do this exercise, they want to pull like this. We don't want to get your shoulder better and then having your wrist start hurting. So try and keep those in a neutral position. Now I'm going to take a second here just to do my smile for my thumbnail. So you can take that picture too if you want to. Keep your elbows by your side the whole time and then just gently pull out. Really try and control the band coming back in and really keep your elbows by your side. Sometimes people want to do this. I see a lot of my patients try and do this, but that's changing the exercise. That's not quite getting external rotation anymore. So keep those elbows by your side, keep those wrists in that neutral position, and really just control that band. So it's not fast, it's nice and smooth, especially the coming back in motion. So when you're using resistive bands, if you haven't used them before, again, I'd start off with low reps, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, but just do a couple sets and then a couple times throughout the day. But I'd rather you do less and then build it up so you don't get super sore while you're doing that. So then the next one is going to be shoulder rows. You can do rows in every single position. You can do it on the floor with your feet out or on your bed with your feet out. You can do it standing with the band kind of wrapped around something. But I like to do it just sitting in a chair and wrapping the band around my feet. So then you're in a comfortable position and then you've got a nice angle of the band, but you can wrap it around your feet and not have to have something that you need to wrap it around. So it just makes it really easy to do. Same kind of concept where you want your wrists to be in a neutral position, you want those thumbs to be in an upward position, and you want your elbows to be pretty close to your side. So it's not coming out like this, it's really pulling in and squeezing your shoulder blades back while you do it. If you want to change the angle, if this feels too hard, you can bring your feet up a little bit and then get that different angle. But try and keep your shoulders down so it's not coming up like this. It's really getting that motion in the shoulders, going back and in, squeezing those shoulder blades together while you're doing it. Same thing, try and control the band, really get that smooth motion, especially the coming back position with that. Just starting off with 5 to 10, 1 or 2 sets, a couple times a day. So the last one is going to be what we call a serratus punch, and that's those anterior serratus muscles, and those are the ones that really kind of help stabilize that shoulder blade. The shoulder blade has over 20 muscles connected to it, so if there's something wrong, if it's not moving how it's supposed to, it can make the whole shoulder complex painful. So serratus punches are sometimes another one that people have a little bit of a hard time with. So I'm going to start out just straight out in front of me, but to get the best exercise for it, you really want to come up to about maybe 115, 120 degree angle and do the motion. But it's easier, I think, to start off with that 90 degrees to get the concept of the punch. So with a serratus punch, you're not bending your elbows at all. You're not punching your arms forward. People tend to want to punch like this. But to get those muscles working, you're keeping those elbows straight and you're moving your whole shoulder complex forward and then backward. So see, the movement's coming from here, it's not coming from my elbow. So going forward, almost like I'm trying to reach and grab something, and then bringing everything back in almost where I'm squeezing those shoulder blades together again. So again, not punching, but really just pushing forward and coming back in. So once you get it in that plane pretty comfortably, then bring it up just a little bit, and then you're punching up and coming back in. So you're getting that serratus punch. And then once you get that mastered, then you can add a resistive band to it. So I've got that in some of my other videos if you want to check those out. So there you have it. Those were some of my favorite shoulder pain stretches and exercises. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. That's right. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.